So first off, before I cook my mac and cheese, I'm going to wash my hands under warm water and do this for 20 seconds. Okay, so today we're going to be making macaroni and cheese. So first, we measure out our ingredients, and we here have 2 cups of cheese. We have a 1/4 cup of butter, not melted yet, but we will melt that. And we need 2 cups of milk, which I will pour now into this liquid measuring cup. You want to make sure that you look at it at eye level so that it is exact. Okay, so here's our 2 cups of milk, and then we need a 1/4 cup of flour. So for our flour, you scoop it in. This is our dry measuring cup, a 1/4 cup, and then you want to level it off with a knife. So there is our 1/4 cup of flour. Okay, and then here are my desired seasonings: black pepper, mustard, dry mustard, and then sea salt. So also we need a pound of cooked macaroni. This is uncooked macaroni. I have this large pot here filled with water. So once the water comes to a boil, I'm going to pour the pound of macaroni in there and cook it al dente, which is pasta cooked firm to the bite. It is going to be slightly undercooked because it's going to be cooked twice. So we're only going to cook it for a short period of time. So first I'm going to add butter to my saucepan because we are going to make a roux. And we're going to make a roux because the roux is used to thicken the sauce, which our sauce is overall going to be a cheese sauce. And a roux is just basically a mixture of flour and fat cooked together. So here is the butter melting down. So I'm going to preheat my oven now while I'm making my white sauce and while the noodles are cooking. Okay, so now the butter is all melted in the saucepan. So I'm going to add my 1/4 cup of flour into the melted butter, and I've removed the heat from the butter. So as I add my flour, I'm going to mix it around and keep mixing until it creates a nice sauce and thickens. And this is going to be our roux, a fat and flour cooked together. So I added flour into the butter because the flour is what thickens the roux, and they're mixed together because that's what makes the sauce thicker. It helps thicken the sauce, and it's the base of our cheese sauce. So I set my timer for about 10 minutes for the macaroni to cook, because that is what the directions on the box say. So we're gonna let that cook for about 10 minutes. And now over to our roux. I'm going to start adding the milk, because when we add the milk, we make a white sauce, which is a sauce of flour, melted butter, and milk. We make this because it is the base for other sauces, in our case, cheese sauce. So now that the butter and flour are all smooth, we're going to add our 1st cup of milk very, very slowly, because if we add it too quickly, it will get all clumped up, and we don't want that. So now that I've added 1 cup of milk very slowly, I'm going to add the rest all at once. Here we go. So now I am continuously stirring the white sauce until it thickens, and I also added the heat again. So then you want to stir this until it thickens the entire time because you do not want it to burn. Okay, so now I'm just adding my seasonings into my sauce for flavor. So now that the sauce is thickened, I'm going to turn off the heat and I'm going to add in my cheese and stir until it melts in. If you noticed, our white sauce was called a blonde white sauce because we added the milk and that made it blonde or white. And now I'm going to pour my macaroni noodles into my pan and make those nice and even, and this is my colander, and pour it nice and evenly. So now I'm just going to put my mac and cheese into the oven, bake that 375 for 15 minutes.